Good evening and welcome. I am Amarachi Uvani. Tonight, an unidentified civilian JTF member pays the supreme price in Dalari village in Borno State as he dies alongside a suicide bomber while stopping him from blowing up a mosque. Senior lawyers converge on Lagos, laments rot in the judiciary. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana says justice is now for the rich. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo launches solar energy project in the FCT, meets with the National Assembly and leadership on forthcoming roadshow by the Economic Management team. And the Kingdom of Morocco rejoins the African Union after more than 30 years out of the continental body.
On business news tonight, Fitch Ratings lowers economic outlook for Lagos to negative 5 days after reducing Nigeria's 2017 rating.
And on sports news tonight, Ayimba forward Ezekiel Bassey joins Catalan giants Barcelona on a 6-month loan deal.
I'm Gloria Umezuke, and from Abuja, people living with HIV call for the establishment of a national trust fund to address growing funding gap.
It is very rare for someone to give up their life to save others, but that's how a member of the Civilian Joint Task Force paid the supreme price following an explosion at Dalari quarters in Maiduguri, Borno State, Nigeria's northeast region. According to the spokesperson of the National Emergency Management Agency, Sani Dati, men of the civilian JTF reported that the explosion occurred after a suicide bomber detonated a device inside the Dalari quarters mosque in the early hours of today, killing himself and one worshipper. Our correspondent, Blessing Tuno, reports.
A normal early morning Muslim prayer, all gather for worship, and then comes the unexpected, a suicide bomber struggling to blow up the mosque. The suicide bomber could not gain entrance to the mosque as he tried to detonate the explosive device. And what you now see is the big hole on the wall of the mosque.
When the 5 or 7 worshippers entered the mosque, the remaining 2 of our colleagues, he get a bench and sit down on near the gate. So the suiciders came close to him. So as he tried to come near, then he just stood up and tried to stop him or ask, "Where are you going?" Before he talked, he just rushed and came to block him. So as the way he blocked him, the reason is that because the gate is closed. If the gate is not closed, he is intended to enter through the gate, but the gate was closed. So after closing the gate, so in the absence of nobody, so he just came and rushed and blocked him. After blocking him, then the improvised device exploded with them together.
Dalari quarters is surrounded by villages that have been sacked by the insurgents, and so there are many IDPs staying back here. And few meters away is the IDP camp where hundreds of women and children and the displaced by Boko Haram insurgents are trying to make a living. Over 23,000 of them live here. Residents here are terrified by this incident and would want quick intervention in the area and for proper security to guarantee them a better life.
Our correspondent Blessing Tuno had reported earlier on that story. In the meantime, reports say 1 person has been killed, 3 others wounded, following an attack on a community in Adamawa State by suspected herdsmen. This comes as a number of people have also been reportedly killed and property destroyed after violence broke out between Fulani and Mumuye ethnic group in Lao local government area of Taraba State. The police spokesperson in the state, David Missel, confirmed the clash in Taraba, which he said is between farmers and herdsmen, and put the death toll at 6. Today's clash is said to have resulted from a reprisal launched by one of the groups. Meanwhile, the National Refugee Commission says it is concluding plans to empower internally displaced persons in the northeast under an initiative tagged Durable Solution, according to a commissioner in the NRC, Hajia Sadia Farouk. Officials of the Commission have been interacting with the affected population and their caregivers in areas that would need intervention. The ambassador of Hungary to Nigeria, Dr. Gabor Tenak, is also part of the group, emphasized the need for first-hand assessments by caregivers for adequate intervention.
The face of intervention for internally displaced persons paying the price of war is changing from food items to dignity kits. The National Refugee Commission and its foreign partners are keen into this initiative by triggering the Durable Solutions Program for the affected population.
We've assured them that we're going to embark on skill acquisitions, empowerment, to see how we can empower them. That is part of our programs for durable solutions. We're going to empower them so that they can have some kind of income, to start life with.
The Hungarian ambassador to Nigeria, Dr. Gabor Tenak, advises caregivers to always conduct first-hand assessment for a properly guided intervention.
I think it is very important for me to come here because I can see with my naked eye the problems what is surrounding you. It is not enough if you read newspapers or by broadcasting TV or something. It is very important to feel very closely the suffering of those poor people who are here.
The group had visited injured survivors of the Boko Haram violence, as well as the sick and affected population in Bama, one of the biggest towns brought down by fleeing insurgents. The Nigerian army and its Air Force counterparts have been forced to engage in humanitarian activities with the IDPs until such a time when normalcy returns to the now ghost town.
When we took over the town, we met a few old women and children within the town and we moved them into the general hospital complex. Over time, we had over 26,000 IDPs in the Bama IDP camp.
The National Refugee Commission says the Durable Solutions programs will be executed in phases, with the first phase to be achieved in the first quarter of the year 2017.
Staying in northern Nigeria, the Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai says about 4 billion naira has so far been committed to supporting security agencies in the state, asking the federal government to lend a helping hand in order to restore peace to southern Kaduna. The governor said this while hosting the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on Southern Kaduna Crisis, who came to assess the security situation and proffer solution to the prevailing violence.
The crisis in southern Kaduna, northwest Nigeria, is getting attention from different quarters. In finding a lasting solution to the crisis, the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on Southern Kaduna Crisis and other parts of the country is in the state to make consultations with the state governor, Nasir El-Rufai.
The essence of this meeting visit today is a committee set up by the Senate based on a motion raised on the issue of the crisis in the southern Kaduna. And the Senate decided to send this delegation to come up here, investigate, and also find a possible solutions to have peace, which without peace there will be no progress in any location.
During their deliberations, it was agreed that the federal government should equip the troops in the state to fight banditry and other forms of crime.
Bear in mind, these are very, very difficult times. But we recognize that security is the foundation of everything. Unless you have security, development is impossible. So we have supported the security agencies very, very strongly, filling the gaps left by the federal government. And I would like to appeal to the Senate, particularly at this point that the budget process is ongoing, to put a lot of money in support of the police, the SSS, and the armed forces. In virtually every part of Nigeria, there is some internal security problem that is beyond the police, and the armed forces have to be brought in.
The Southern Kaduna issue on a daily basis has continued to attract the attention of prominent Nigerians and other concerned citizens cutting across states. And the consensus of most people so far is for the state government to redouble its efforts with the support of the federal government to end the crisis.
Usually the practice is to give help to widows, but one Mrs. Dauda Maiduguri seems to have a pathetic story to tell. She says she's been defrauded of 2.9 million naira by one Philemon Ibrahim of Global Funds International, who's being interrogated by the police. The Borno State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Bashir Makama, warns Nigerians not to involve themselves in money-laundering schemes.
These are victims allegedly defrauded by one man, Philemon Ibrahim. One of the victims is a widow. They have gathered at the Benue State Police Command to lodge a formal complaint. They are here with the hope of getting back their money after a failed Ponzi scheme. The Commissioner of Police listens to the complaint against the alleged suspect, who was arrested from St. Theresa's Catholic Church, the alleged venue of the illicit money doubling scam. While Mrs. Dauda shares her experience at the hands of the suspect, Mr. Samuel Shika narrates how he lost his entire investment without getting the promised profit.
I and my siblings and some members of my family, we put in 2.9 million naira into the cash flow account. And since then, we've lost contact and we didn't know the whereabouts of the person involved.
If you pay 10,000 naira, they'll give you 20,000 naira. So I was moved to also get something out of it.
Although the alleged suspect did not deny collecting money from the victims, he blames the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for freezing his account and stifling the business.
I am not a criminal and I don't intend to become a criminal until I am proven to be a criminal. Even when I am being called to the police here, I only need to be given an opportunity. They should give me my phone. They should give me my phone, get me access to phone. Any stupid money that enter my account that I collected, I have the ability to pay everybody.
The Commissioner of Police has this advice for those who want to get rich quick by any means. He also directs his men to return the 2 million naira recovered from the suspect to the victims.
You can't sit down in your house, say somebody will come and call you, say come and bring 10,000, I give you 20. From where is he getting the extra 10? So it is your greed that is leading you to all this. Now you have all converged here. What are you expecting? We cannot do more than we have done here. If you cannot pay all of you, you go to court.
Ponzi schemes like this are on the rise across the country as the economic problems bite the populace like never before seen.
The National Economic Team may be embarking on a roadshow to beef up support for the Nigerian economy. The Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, disclosed this to State House correspondents after a closed-door meeting with the Vice President and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, at the presidential villa. The Senate President dismissed any insinuation of issues with the 2017 budget.
As you're aware that the economic teams will be going on the road show and just to brief us and let us know on all the issues and just carry us along.
Nobody thought that this budget was going to have issues. And it's like you're having issues.
No. There's no issues. I just started the issue of the budget defense. So where are the issues? I think you're just looking for. Sorry, no, there are no issues. This is just consultation, and it's good. Just as I said, to brief us on the roadshow they're about to embark on, and to let us know what they're doing and how optimistic they are in raising necessary Eurobond. That's all.